As long as people have been around, so has romance, and romance eventually leads to sex. But although sex is a game for two, when you look at contraception, it's been hard for men to take the lead.
I guess the most common thing that women in Australia tend to use is the oral contraceptive pill. They come in different sorts. There's also Depot. This is the female condom. Both of these things are little tiny devices that are popped inside the uterus. They're popped in just underneath the arm, popped inside the vagina. You then remove it for 1 week, and this one here actually just fits over the cervix like a little hat.
Well, that's one hell of a menu when it comes to women. So what have we got for men?
Not too much.
Aside from the condom, there's really nothing, unless you're looking for a permanent solution like a vasectomy, which leaves men with not a lot to do. They certainly don't have a hormonal option like the pill. Okay, take a card, any card. And why is that so? When the female pill hit the market in 1961, more than a dozen drug companies made their fortunes. Business was so good, there was no incentive to look at men. And in the 40 years since, time has stood still.
From a scientific point of view, that it's no more difficult and it's no more complex to develop hormonal methods for men. They are likely to work just as well, to the best of our knowledge now.
If it wasn't for the work of the World Health Organization in the 1980s and just a handful of scientists, we would be nowhere nearer a male contraceptive as safe and reliable as the pill. But now we are. David Handelsman has struck on the magic formula, and it's surprisingly simple. Use the same hormone as in the female pill. Now, this is actually the product that you use in women.
Yes. Well, the male and female systems and in fact hormonal contraception work on very similar principles in men and women. And that's why, in fact, we can use progestins quite effectively in men to switch off sperm and testosterone production. But then, as in women, they have to get estrogen back. Men, we have to give back testosterone.
It turns out that if you inject men with the right amount of progesterone, the same hormone in the female pill, sperm production falls to zero. But so does testosterone, which is what makes men men. So the testosterone has to be put back. It's not a very appealing procedure, but Handelsman's trials show that it works.
That's probably the worst part.
What he needs is a company to turn this prototype method into a product that men would actually want to use.
The last one going in.
Scientists can point the way, they can develop the ideas, they can test out ideas, they can look at combinations, they can tailor things, they can work out the optimum doses and combinations, but they cannot actually finally put together products. That's really something that only companies have the expertise to do.
Finally, that's happening. In Holland, one of the world's largest contraceptives manufacturers has decided to develop a hormonal contraceptive for men, and it'll cost them at least $350 million.
We feel that now it's necessary that a method will become available as soon as possible. There has been a lot of discussion on this issue, and we believe it's extremely important that we get now to the market with a product as soon as possible.
Organon will develop Handelsman's technique into either a 6-monthly injection or a daily pill. But first, they must ensure that it's safe to use.
A very important aspect of the method is the safety side. You're talking about young, healthy males where you interfere with an important physiological process. And you have to be absolutely sure and certain that you do not damage those males, that it's from the safety side, it's absolutely safe.
Organon is the first and only company in the world developing a male hormonal contraceptive. It's leaving behind the larger American companies who have been scared off by the threat of lawsuits.
The history is that essentially predatory lawyers in the US are always poised, ready to make class actions based on contraceptive use because it's already proved successful in the past.
Most of the hormones that would be used in men are no longer protected by patent. So Organon must not only make Handelsman's technique practical, it must also turn it into a product so unique that it can be patented, like a single pill that has both progesterone and testosterone. It's likely to take 5 years, but if they succeed, Organon stands to make a fortune. All of its research suggests that men, as well as women, are ready for a male hormonal contraceptive.
only 3% of women said that they would never trust a male taking care of contraception. Only 3%, whereas 97% said at a certain stage in life, most of the time in a stable relationship, we would trust a male. Males themselves said in Edinburgh and in Cape Town, about 2/3, about 66% said that they would consider using a male contraceptive pill if it would be available.
It's taken a long time, but it seems that science and industry have finally fallen into step. The age of the male pill is coming, and soon men too will be able to take the lead.